I know I stand before you, I look really tall at the moment because I'm 3 feet higher than I should be. But if I stood at your level, a portion of you that cared about football, there's probably a few that don't, but a portion of you would say, man, he's smaller than I thought he would be. Look at you guys, yeah, he really is. Hey, I'm 6'2", all right? At least it said that on my football card. If you have an old football card of mine, it says Steve Young, 6'2", 210. And it's because when you're a rookie, you write it down. They give you a sheet and you write down. And in my mind, I always felt like I was 6'2". It just felt the right height for me. And I believed I was. And I acted like I was. I walk on my toes. I wear the highest heels appropriate for, an NFL athlete. I just felt always 6'2". The truth is that I'm 6 foot. I told Drew Brees, because he's short, and Russell Wilson last night. Now Russell Wilson's really short. He can't even fake like he's 6 foot. He's 5'10". But I'm 6 foot 3/4, okay, which I round up in reality. But I still think I'm 6'2". I tell my kids I'm 6'2". The point being is that most of the guys that play are not 6'2", they're 6'6". Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Jim Kelly, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, they're giants. They're all 6'6", maybe 6'5", some 6'7". Total cheating, right? Because at that height, total visibility. And you had in your job, if you had visibility 2 quarters out, clarity, how would you do? You'd kill them, right? Domination, not fair. 6 foot 3/4, visibility, not so good. And so a lot of times I would drop back to pass, look for Jerry Rice, don't see him, because now I don't have the visibility, big, huge guys in front of me. And so what do? I try to move around, can't see him, and then I get sacked, and I go to the sidelines, and the coach says, hey, what happened? Jerry Rice was open. The whole team protected you. Everybody was doing this wonderful job. Why didn't you throw it? And I said, well, because I couldn't see him. And he's had the great comment that I think all upper management would say back is, well, you better start seeing him. And, thanks for the tip. What I did do is realize that I have to grow. And how I grew was by throwing it without seeing. Actually developing extra senses. I wasn't going to be 6'6". It wasn't going to happen for me. I was always going to be too short. But what can I do to get the job done in a different way? I'm not going to give in to this. I'm not going to leave the field. I'm going to figure it out. And what I decided to do was start to throw it, because I just saw him. I know where he's going. Let it rip. Some of my favorite memories of my life, in my whole career, people say, what's your favorite memory? Throwing blind was my favorite memory. No one cared. Never made a headline, ever. But it was, for me, one of the most important things that I'd ever accomplished, because I threw the ball blind and was successful and got better and better at it, to a point where being 6 foot 3/4 wasn't necessarily a negative. And because I was 6 foot 3/4, I was extra fast. And so that was another benefit. And so I just use that as a metaphor for people. I tell my kids, everybody's 6 foot relative to the 6'6" people, too short. And how can you get around that? And what can you accomplish despite the fact that we're all a little short in some way? And that metaphor works for me, because I'm not the perfect private equity guy. Maybe there's not one, but I'm certainly not even close. But there's certain things that I can do really well. And I'm going to accentuate those, and I'm going to continue to work on the things I'm not so good at. And I can continue to grow.